welcome back to Holistic Flow. I am your girl Lolo. In this video, I'll be talking about the pros of the starter lock phase, in between probably 1 to 6 months that I'm talking about, before any real maturation has happened. And everybody's hair is different, so sometimes you can mature before that point. So I have 6 pros, and I realized these pros because I was thinking about the stage that I am right now, 2 years and 4 months in, and I'm thinking, wow, there were a lot of things that I took for granted during the starter lock phase that I'm missing now, and I'm gonna get into all of them. Before I get into it, if you are new here to my channel, hello. Here on Holistic Flow, we are creating a safe space for self-love, self-growth, and maturity, and we're taking a journey towards an overall better mind, body, and spirit connection. So if you're with that, go ahead and subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know whenever I upload a new video. After you have done that, thank you so much. Let's get right into it. All right, so I think that's starting locks is a choice that you highly consider before you start, right? Because most people go into the lock journey with the intent to lock up, like that they locked in for however many years that they're going to be in it. And it's going to be a long-term thing. However, if you are kind of wishy-washy, one advantage of the starter lock phase is that you can change up your lock base easier. And what I mean by that is, like, say you start with, I don't know, like 100 locks, and you think that you put too many locks in your head, and so now you want to take out a few in the back and make them bigger, or combine some, or you just don't like your parting system, so you take them out and do another parting system. So if you're only, maybe like less than 2 months into your lock journey, you have a huge advantage if you kind of like change your mind about how you want to start. And that's okay if you change your mind, because some people restart their locks, 2 or 3 times before they get the right foundation that they want for their lock journey. Throughout my lock journey, there have been a couple of locks that I did combine. I started out with 74 locks in my head, and over the 2 years and 4 months, I've combined them into 68 locks. If I would have gone back and, foreseen this happening, I would have just started off with 68 locks easily. But I think the journey has led me toward combining them, and that's the way the journey, had to go. I couldn't really foresee what I would want to do in 2 years because I'm a totally, completely different person. And I would say that you could avoid a lot of changing your mind about things if you do an ample amount of research before you go into your journey. But all in all, I think the mistakes that we make can lead us down a road of learning opportunities that we never knew we would have until we have them. Another advantage of having starter locks is that they are lightweight. And oh my goodness, I never really realized how heavy my locks would get after just 2 years of having my locks. Granted, my hair grows a lot faster than a lot of people's hair grows, and also I just have a lot of hair in my head, and I always have had thick hair. So when you have thick hair and your hair density is high, you might have thicker locks and even heavier locks when you get to a certain point in your journey. But when you're starting off, you don't really have to worry about that. You can easily wear head wraps. I was wearing a lot of head wraps in my starter lock phase, head wraps here and there, and I was doing all these different styles. And now I just don't wear head wraps at all. I don't wear buns anymore. I can't wear a bun because if I have my hair on top of my head for more than 2 hours, my neck literally starts to hurt. The top of my head feels like I have like a 20-pound weight on top of it, and it's just not good. So take advantage of the fact that right now, once you wash your hair on wash day, your neck is not breaking because your hair isn't that heavy. Now think back to when you had loose natural hair. For you, that was just probably like a couple months ago, right? But think back to that time. When you had loose natural hair, every wash day, you detangle your hair, right? Because if you don't want locks, you want to detangle your hair, or else it's going to lock up. When you detangle your hair, think about all the hairs that come out. Not that it's breakage, right? But we just naturally shed hairs. When you have locks, you still shed the same amount of hairs as if you're a loose natural. The only difference is that because we have locks, those shed hairs fall into our locks and they don't come out of our lock. That's what makes it a lock. So imagine all those hairs that you shed on wash day. Every 2 weeks or week and a half or however many times you wash your hair, all those hairs staying in your head. That's a lot of hair. And if your hair grows at a faster rate, or if your hair grows thicker at a higher density, which means you have probably like more strands on your head, then you can probably anticipate that your hair is going to get a little bit more heavy throughout the years. The third advantage that I have of starter locks is that they don't get in your way as much. So this is more so the length of your locks. Starter locks are probably going to be short, and if you start with longer hair, chances are that you have a lot of shrinkage anyway. So either way, your starter locks are short. Chances are when you go to eat your food, like a burger or oatmeal or cereal or something like that, you don't have to put your hair back just to eat. I always have to carry a hair tie with me, because whenever it comes for mealtime, if I don't put my hair back in a ponytail or half up, half down, it's gonna be in my way when I eat. Also, if you're starting out with thicker locks, anticipate that your locks thickness is going to be about the thickness of the size of the part. So if your part is this wide, then anticipate the lock in that part to be that wide. If the part is this wide, then anticipate the lock to be that width or that thickness when it grows in and matures. When you think about the clothes that you wear that have a really, tight neck, such as like a turtleneck, one of my favorite shirts is like a sheer turtleneck, black, see-through mesh sort of thing. And it is so difficult to get it over my head. Oh my goodness. I know I have a big head, but then also it's just that my locks are thick. And so because of the length and thickness of my locks, it is sometimes more difficult to put on some of my favorite clothes, even hats. They may not fit on your head when your locks start to mature. So just keep that in mind. Enjoy the length that you have right now. Now, really quickly, a lot of you all have subscribed to my Holistic Fit Meditation YouTube page, and I greatly appreciate you for that. I was giving a lot of helpful information on there, but I felt like I wanted to reach you all a little bit better. So if you want to deepen your meditation practice, I've curated these Holistic Fit Meditation memberships for you. When you become a member, you get access to live stream guided meditations with me Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And it's geared towards those who want to enhance their journey toward a better mind, body, and spirit connection. So we'll focus on breath work, body scan meditations to be more aware of the body and sync the breath and the mind and the body together. Relieve pain and tension in the body and mind, and enhance your focus and concentration. So we can really get clear about our goals in life, our vision, so we can move forward without so much mental clutter. Plus, you get bonus community Q&A calls and wellness talks every month. So you can go ahead and check that out by clicking the link below to become a member, or you can just go to my website at holisticfitmeditation.com, and I hope to see you practicing soon. Another pro of the starter lock phase is that you're probably noticing a lightweightness in your wallet. Your wallet's probably thanking you right now because you're spending a lot less money on hair products. Locks really don't require that much hair products. Now, sometimes when we have loose natural hair, because loose natural hair does often require a lot of products and a lot of maintenance, we just have a routine of going to the beauty supply store maybe every 2 weeks, every month, or however, and just like rack it up on products. You don't have to do that when you have locks. Honestly, in my opinion, the less product you use, the better. And also the more lightweight products that you use, the better. So in my opinion, locks don't need like heavy creams or even conditioner. You might think differently. I've never used any of those things on my hair, just mists, anything that's like a spray, except for my shampoo, of course, but you don't want product buildup. So you also have an advantage that you have starter locks, and if you have been using heavy products, you can stop using those heavy products now and prevent product buildup along the way by using just less product. And throughout the whole lock journey, we're learning what our hair needs more. So the products that you use if you're in your starter lock phase will probably change as your hair starts to mature, because it's still learning how to conform to its most natural state, which is the locks. So until it reaches its most mature state, your products might even change 2, 3, 4 times. But overall, it's going to be a lot less than you were ever using when you were loosely natural. The fifth advantage of having starter locks is much easier maintenance and shorter maintenance time. On your wash day, we have to wash, maybe possibly you condition. Again, I don't recommend like using like a cream conditioner, and then you dry your hair. Now, one could argue that locks take longer to dry. Some people do have that dilemma, some people don't. But you don't have to worry about that right now, because when you have starter locks, your locks don't even take long to dry because you don't have mature locks and all those hairs haven't built up in your locks yet. I don't retwist my hair anymore, but within the first 6 months of my lock journey, I was retwisting my hair maybe like once a month or once every 2 months. And even when I was retwisting my hair, my maintenance routine only took about 6 to 8 hours compared to when I was loosely natural and had to do a braid out or like wash, detangle, deep condition, detangle some more, and then style it and then have it dry. All that, it was so much. Reclaim your time back. But when you're in the starter lock phase specifically, they take less time to dry because they're not as mature, and also because they are shorter. If you do some type of palm rolling or maintenance, it's just gonna take less time because of that. And another pro is that your starter lock phase is a confidence booster, or at least it is certainly an opportunity for your confidence to be boosted, because many people go into the lock journey intending for it to be like a spiritual journey, which is amazing. For me, it definitely was. And within that, you know, your phases that you go through, because you're just watching each and every phase, there are times when you won't know what to expect when you get up and you look at yourself in the mirror in the morning, because one day it may be cooperating with you and then the next day it may be like, what is going on here? But overall, you hopefully learn how to love yourself more without focusing so much on your physical looks, and also not be tied so much to your physical looks. And while we still love our hair, we just don't let it define us. That is a real hurdle to get over. And you're kind of like fighting yourself sometimes in your starter lock phase. And even if you go into the lock journey not intending it for it to be a spiritual journey, it decides to humble you anyways by making you go through that. People call it the ugly phase. I don't know if I would call it that. The starter phase, the teenage phase, the baby phase, all of that. And then I also have a bonus advantage this time of the starter lock phase, which is just the excitement of starting something new. You get to see every stage of your growth. And like I said, your hair will look different every single day. The reason why that is because our hair is trying to lock, so it will contract and then it will expand. So each lock will contract, get smaller. Sometimes they'll look thinner, and then they will expand. Sometimes, most of the times they expand on your wash day, so that your locks can constantly intertwine with each other, the individual hair. And watching that growth and transformation is like an everyday thing. It's like looking at a plant growing. And as you continue to grow, evolve, and change, it's like your hair is growing with you. So I hope you enjoyed these pros, nothing but pros for the starter lock phase. I could do some cons on it. I do certainly have some cons, but I like to focus on the pros. Have a great rest of your day. I don't usually say that in a video, but have a great rest of your day. And I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, I'm sending peace your way, love your way, and joy to you, your family, and your friends. All right, y'all. Peace.